Let's go.
This is turning into one of the weirdest shows I've ever done. It really is.
Catch me if you can, goddammit. Catch me if you can. You hear me?
Will Noonan's so funny and I'm after him, so I guess I'm after Noonan.
You're listening to Hypothetically with Will Noonan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are. Thank you for listening to Hypothetically with Will Noonan. That's me, coming at you right now from Southie, Massachusetts. South Boston, Massachusetts. It's a fucking beautiful day for the first time in a while around here. We've had like a week and a half of straight cold and rain, which has been a bummer to pretty much everyone I know. And today is a beautiful day, and I'm driving by the beach right now, and there's people on the beach, and there's people out here in the sand, and there's fucking car accidents almost happening all around me. Just almost saw a motorcycle accident, like, as I was saying that. And it was a guy and a woman on the back of his motorcycle, and they both just had a near-death experience, and they had that fun little smile and, like, woo face you have after you survive one of those traffic near-death experiences. Those get less fun as you get older, I think. I remember in high school almost dying in cars so many times, and you just be like, whoa, that was close. Then you grow up, it's slightly less funny to almost die. Just passed a bunch of joggers with varying levels of speed and fitness. I always wonder when I see someone running or jogging or whatever you want to call it, I always wonder, like, how long, you never know, like, when you look at them and you pass them by, you assume that they're running a few miles or they run all the time or anything, but you just never know if it's, like, someone's first day running and they're about to stop the second you pass them, or if it's some weekend warrior fucking super marathon runner dude, or if it's, you just never know. Sometimes you can tell a little bit. Sometimes you're like, wow, that guy looks miserable and he's not doing too well. I think about that all the time. Continuing my drive right now, I'm just going to narrate my drive down Day Boulevard. A couple gals in bikinis just walking down the street. That's pretty nice. Summertime in Boston is arriving. All right. Interesting start to the podcast this week. I just got myself a little breakfast from Brugger's Bagels. Got myself a plain toasted bagel with butter and my favorite beverage to go with it, a naked juice smoothie. I get the green machine. And it's delicious, but it's kind of sticky in your mouth. It kind of gives your mouth like a weird. I've never had a mouthful of cum, but I imagine this is like somewhat similar to a mouthful of cum. Must feel like, oh, is that going to be that can't be the title of this episode, Mouthful of Cum. It sounds like it would be the title of an episode, but I put these on Facebook. I can't have my mom saying, mouthful of cum. Ew. That whole sentence was rough. I'm now stopped in the middle of the road. A regular guy is directing traffic, not a cop, and it was so his friend could back out of the boathouse. And then he gave me a weird wave. People are fucking dicks. Hey, I'm gonna direct traffic, and then I'm gonna not give you a friendly wave when you stop from my direction. I'm gonna give you a weird fucking kind of a shoe fly sign. All right, we're all over the place here at the top. I don't know. I got notes. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I'm just cruising around Day Boulevard. Is it Bay Boulevard or Day? It's Day. I always confuse Pleasure Bay. See this mouthful of cum? Fucking me up. It's fucking me up. Mouthful of cum. Fucking me up. I wonder what that's like, seriously, though. To, like, take a load right in the mouth. It's gotta feel interesting. Maybe interesting isn't the word, but it's gotta feel like something. I mean, when you're, like, going down on a chick, this is a fucking dirty podcast right off the bat. When you're like going down on a lady, there's never a point where it like busts one off right into your face. That never happens. I mean, there's moments, but there's never like a moment in a guy's life where he knows what it's like to take a nut in the mouth. Some gals are like really all about it. They like it. Other gals are like, give me like a 10-second warning. That's always kind of a bummer, to be honest, for the gals out there. We don't want to give you a 10-second warning. It's not something we're doing a countdown for. You just kind of want to let it happen. You just kind of want to let it flow. And, you know, telling. I had this one girlfriend once who, like, couldn't enjoy, you know, sex with a guy, me, if unless, like, I told her. I'm like, I'm coming. You know, I had to say it every time. She wanted me to say it. I'm coming. This is always a funny moment in a man's life, you know. It reverts back to like when you're a little kid and you're like, look, Mom, I can walk on I can hop up on one leg, look, I'm doing it. And now you're just back to like, I'm coming. And, but what are you going to do, you know? They demand it. But then I've had other, you know, girlfriends since who are like, yeah, you don't have to tell me every time. And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I'm like a trained dog right now. So sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. I'm pretty quiet. I'm an Irish Catholic boy. I'm usually pretty quiet in the sack. I know that's been an old topic on this podcast many times. You know, I'm not really a dirty talker. Not to mention, I'm not really a serious person in general. I don't get serious a ton. I'm a comedian. I like to have fun and stuff like that. So when I talk dirty, it kind of just sounds like I'm joking, even if I'm not. It's just kind of my voice. People always think I'm joking, even when I'm serious sometimes. A lot of times a comedian gets a joke from saying something seriously, and a bunch of people laugh, and then you're like, oh shit, I guess that's funny. I guess that's a joke. But a lot of times, it starts off as a serious thought. I don't know. I just pulled into a spot, so this podcast should get a little more focused right now, if you're still with me. So anyway, here's what's been going on with me. Later in the podcast, I'm going to get to some current event stuff, some stuff about Trump, but I'm going to save that for like the second half, because I did make a promise on this podcast when Trump got elected that this will be a politics-free zone, that you'll be able to come here for entertainment and not have to deal with political news and all that shit. And I'm gonna, pretty much stick to that, I guess. But it's so big right now, and everyone's talking about it. But I will tell you this: you won't be getting a lot of political opinion from me. I'm just gonna be giving you some jokes and some things that I think are sort of funny and unusual about the current situation in the world. But I feel bad that I'm kind of reneging on my promise to not make this podcast too political, but what the fuck else can I talk about right now? I'm going through, you know, my Twitter and Reddit and stuff, trying to see what I can talk about. You know, each week I do that. I'm like, what have I been talking about this week on social media? And what are the top news stories this week? And then I try and talk about them here. But when it's this week in 2017, every single thing is about Trump, almost. But I'll get to that later. First off, happy Mother's Day, guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there and all the sons and daughters who have mamas. We had a great time here in the Noonan family on Mother's Day, celebrating my mom and my sister, who are both great moms. Nothing too much to report, although, speaking of Trump, excuse me, there was a big blowout fight at the dinner table, which I inadvertently started. I do have water. I can feel my mouth full of cum. Looks like green cum, though, because of this green machine. Like I was blowing the Incredible Hulk. So, Yeah, so anyway, here's the story. We're all sitting around Mother's Day dinner at my sister's house. And we're all kind of done eating, and it's wrapping up. And I think my sister was bringing out some, like, cakes and brownies and stuff like that. And and there's kind of like a lull in conversation. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just kind of being natural, and I think I just said what was on my mind. But I was like, I think Trump might get, like, he might really go down this week. Might happen this week, from what I'm reading in the news. But I think all I said at the table was like, I think Trump's going to go down this week. And my brother-in-law was like, nah, I don't think so. And then my dad was like, oh, I think so. And within, like, it's so funny how you can tell people are just ready to talk about this at any second. Because, like, it didn't take long for, like, people to start raising their voices, and then my nephew comes in. He's, like, only 5 or 6 years old. And he's like, I like Trump. And everyone in the room's like, no, you don't, right? And then he's like, I support the president. I like the president of the United States no matter who it is. And then my sister's mother-in-law is like, okay, that's good, that's good that you say that. And you can tell she kind of doesn't really think it, but she's just trying to, it's not for kids. We don't need to drag kids into all this shit. And my dad's like, what are you telling him that for? It's not true. The guy's a criminal. And then my brother-in-law was like, well, he's not really a criminal. And before you know it, full on, like, yelling at each other. And then my dad's like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I'm going in to watch golf. I'm out. We're not animals. Never gets too serious at my house with stuff like this, and it's all forgotten in a moment. But it was funny to me how my dad, it was very like out of a movie, the way my dad was like, I've had enough of this shit. I'm going to watch golf. I think that pretty much sums it up for a lot of people right now. Thanks to everyone who came out this weekend. I was working at Laugh Boston with opening for a guy named Craig Shoemaker, and his opener, Johnny LaQuasto, who's a cool dude. Craig was cool too. It was a weird kind of a fuck up. Sometimes this thing happens where I'm booked for a gig to open for somebody, and then the person who I'm opening for has their own opener, and they don't really tell anyone, or lines get crossed and emails get lost in the shuffle. And then, like, day of the show, there's too many guys on the show, because Craig Shoemaker likes to do like 90 minutes of material. He likes to do long sets and stuff like that. So he only usually has one opening act. And I knew he likes to do long sets, because they told me, they're like, you won't be doing a lot of time on these shows because he likes to do a long time. So you'll probably be doing like 10, 15 each night. I'm like, cool, no worries, whatever. And then the day of, they're like, oh man, like, we don't know if we fucked up or he fucked up, but someone fucked up, and you're going to have to we're going to have you on the show, and we're going to, pay you the regular money that you were going to get and everything like that, but we really only need you to do 4 minutes a night. And I was like, okay, I'm all happy to, like, things happen, so I'm not going to complain about that, but, some comedians would be like, awesome, 4 minutes a night, but I just found it to be kind of like, it was kind of a bummer. I didn't even realize it was a bummer until my friends were like, why are you in such a bad mood this weekend? And I was like, oh, I guess it's because I'm not really doing comedy. I'm just kind of like opening for 4 minutes, and it's like, I don't know. It sounds kind of dickheadish, but I haven't opened many shows in a long time, like, excuse me, allergies are everywhere. It's super hard to, like, hosting a comedy show, which I wasn't even doing, I was just opening it, but hosting a comedy show is very, very difficult, man. You go out there, and the crowd is ice cold. They're still digesting food. They're still, like, kind of sitting and getting comfortable in their seat. They're not really used to the idea of watching stand-up comedy yet or anything like that, It's like a whole fucking thing. Opening is tough. You almost never really get them. Just when you start to get them, it's time to hand it over to the next guy. So, like, that's whatever, though. I mean, I feel like I can. But it's funny, because 4 minutes is such a short amount of time. That's pretty much like one of my jokes now. So I had a hard time kind of squeezing it down to 4 minutes. To be honest, the first couple shows I probably did 6 to 7 minutes. I just couldn't really help myself. Oh, sorry for the yawning. I've been cutting back on caffeine, guys. I've been trying to only have 1 cup of coffee in the morning. And, it's been good, but this is the result. A little bit of yawning from time to time. But Craig was a cool guy, and Johnny, his opener, was a cool guy, but it does put you in a weird spot where it's like they're treating you like an open mic piece of shit until they figure out that you're not, and then once they figure out that you're not, they're a little nicer to you, but you're still only doing 4 minutes a night, and it's just like, it was just kind of an odd weekend. But I managed to, thanks to Chris Kinback and who else, Justin P. Drew, I did get to do a lot of other spots that weekend, and thanks to the club for not making me host the actual show and stay there to the end, I got to do my time and leave and go off and do other things in comedy. So I did have a fun, I did have a fun weekend. I don't want to be a total whiny bitch about it, but it was just odd. I don't know. I guess, a lot of my gigs lately have been headlining gigs or the Schubert Theater and stuff like that. That's the thing with comedy. It always humbles you. Anytime you start getting too big for your britches, or anytime you start getting too comfortable and things are going too well, there's always a little something to just fucking bring you right back down to earth, man. Like Buzz Aldrin from the moon to fucking terra firma. Maybe that'll be the title of the episode. Fucking terra firma. Mouthful of cum. Fucking terra firma. Oh, we might get a whole rap of titles this week. So yeah, I did Thirst in Southie this weekend, or this Thursday night, and that's a Chris Kinback show. He books all these shows in Southie. They're very interesting because they're all free. They don't pay comedians, but he still gets a good crew of comics and a good crew of people to come out, mostly to work on stuff and experiment with ideas. Experiment with ideas like mouths full of cum. And it's a good time. So he's putting on some good shows, and I'm trying to work out a whole fucking gang of new material right now. So doing his shows have been really good for me. And yeah, man, I'm enjoying this beginning of my summertime schedule. I went kind of hard this year on the stand-up comedy, which is always good. You should always go hard. But I think I'm due for a little bit of a rest or a slow down period, and we're getting to it. I got June pretty much all booked up, but July and August are pretty light, and I think I'm going to leave it that way. I think I'm going to slow down just for 2 months. I never do that. I've never done it since I started in stand-up, except for when I quit drinking, which wasn't really like downtime. That was more like have a fucking complete freak out and get your life together time. So I think I'm ready for, I'm still going to be doing spots, and I'm still going to probably pick up a couple gigs in that time, but I'm just not actively trying to fill the shit out of July and August this year. And, guys have told me they do that in the past, and I always thought they were crazy. But now I totally get it. If you really work a lot during the regular year, it's nice to have a little bit of vacation. But that's not to say. I say this, I think I've said this before, and then as people call me and they're like, you want to do a gig? You want to do a gig? I'm like, okay. And then I doubled it, Saw that guy on Twitch. Yeah. So another show I did this weekend, which was kind of fun, but kind of like humbling as well, was this outdoor porch top comedy show in Somerville. Somerville did this cool thing where they had they opened up their porches. Somerville's a lot like Southie or a lot of other neighborhoods in Boston, where it's full of triple deckers or double deckers with porches, decks, as we like to call them. And you were allowed to sort of, normally you're probably not allowed to play music or do stand-up comedy shows or set up amplified sound systems on your front porch and put on a show. But, Somerville's an artsy town, and they do artsy things, and they were like, hey, let's have a day where we let people do this, and I'm sure it was to raise some sort of money or awareness, or who fucking knows. I really don't know, but Justin P. Drew asked me to do it, a few days before, and I knew I wasn't doing a lot of time this weekend, and it was a Saturday, so I was like, fuck it, man. Let's do it. And then, of course, I realized that I got a bunch of shit to do that day, and I got a bunch of fucking errands I gotta run. So I was like, let me go first on this one. That's my thing this weekend, is going first on comedy shows. So they were like, Justin P. Drew was like, no problem. And I went up there. It was a good time. it was a little rough. I don't think I still have the set. I think I deleted it, but it was definitely a little rough. And but still a cool thing. Outdoor comedy is always rough. I'm sure anyone can kind of figure that out on your own. It's not really conducive. Even though one of the best shows I've ever had in my life was outdoors, the Oddball Fest. But I think that's a anomaly. I don't think that's normal. Outdoor comedy is really tough, especially during the daytime. I've done it at night and had it been okay because it still feels club-ish because it's dark out. But bright light comedy, and it wasn't a huge crowd, and people could come and go, so it kind of felt like you were a zoo exhibit. But it was cool walking around the neighborhood and seeing some of the shows people had and some of the bands that were playing. I really enjoyed it, and I think that kind of thing's cool, and it did make me think, man, Boston's a cool city, and I like living here and stuff like that. Just nice things about the city of Boston and Somerville and Cambridge, you know. But yeah, man, so that was pretty much my weekend. Opening up 4 minutes a night, and then doing these little spots all over town. But it was interesting to be done with comedy work at like 8:19. I think I like left the comedy club each night. Show starts at 8. I think I was like out the door and in my car by like 8:15 or 8:16 every night. One night I was back in the apartment smoking weed and like at 8:20. I was like, Jesus Christ. What kind of weird life is this? So it was an interesting weekend running around doing that kind of shit. But yeah, I want to get into some of the current events. Not Trump yet. How about Steve motherfucking Harvey? guys? Steve Harvey, who I'm not a fan of, by the way. I fucking hate the guy, but I'm about to defend him. I'm not a fan of Steve Harvey. I think he sucks. I hate the stuff he says to people on his show and in his stupid books about manhood. And he's had like a bunch of divorces and mistresses and illegitimate children, I think. And he's always like, here's what you gotta do to be a perfect man. I also think he's doing like a fake voice, which always bothers me when any comic does it. I don't like comics with fake voices. And I know I'm not alone on this one. A lot of comedians out there agree with me because I've had this conversation many times. We don't like fake voices because it just makes you think if the guy's voice is fake, everything is fake. His whole fucking thing is fake. You never know what you can trust with these people. And I feel like Steve Harvey talking on stage and talking to the people on Family Feud or whatever is a different voice than what he uses in his private life. That's just my personal opinion. He almost talks like a white guy. You ever know certain white guys who when they get around a black guy, they start acting black or talking black? But it's not real black. It's like this white guy version of black that they've like cobbled together from like movies and rap songs and other black people that they know. I see it all the time. I don't do it. I definitely did it when I was a drinker. When you're drunk, it's easier to do it. And if I spent an entire day on the road with, like, if I spent an entire day with, like, one of my black friends, it's going to happen probably a couple times because I'm sort of just I'm just sort of an actor that way. I'm sort of a personality mirror, and I sort of sometimes can do that. But honestly, the older I get, the less I do that kind of shit. But anyway, I don't judge people too harshly for doing it, once in a blue moon, but sometimes people do it like really badly. I'm trying to think of a fucking recent example I saw. Oh, this guy Ice Poseidon, who's like used to be the number one Twitch streamer, and now he's the number one YouTube live streamer. Ice Poseidon. This guy, he's really pushing the racism as far as he can now that he's on YouTube. I think when he was on Twitch is much more strict about that sort of thing. So he was keeping it pretty on the line. But now that he's on YouTube, he can do whatever the fuck he wants pretty much besides nudity. So I notice he's pushing the racism a lot with like his jokes and his sense of humor and the stuff he says. But when he gets around a black dude, he's like, What's up, bro? Why y'all wilding out over here, bro? Best be coming back to my place, bro. Like, he starts using, like, weird colloquialisms. I'm like, is that what you think a black person sounds like? So Steve Harvey kind of has, I think, a put-on sort of, the same way Dr. Phil kind of puts on his southern drawl, like, listen, y'all, I'm just trying to give you some good advice. It's the same way Dr. Phil does that. Steve Harvey kind of puts on, like, a black grandma voice, like, I don't agree. It's like, come on, Steve Harvey. I don't believe you really fucking talk like that, because I've seen you, I've listened to you do radio, I've listened to you on all this shit, and your voice seems to go all over the place. That's one thing I don't like about Steve Harvey. But he put out this letter, all right? I'm going to find it online while I talk to you. And it was to his staff. I think he does, like, a bunch of shows. And actually, it was Stephen Brody Stevens' Twitter that illuminated me to the letter itself. But at first I was like, oh, I can't wait. I love these, like, letters. Like, whenever you see a letter where it's like, do not look. I think there's a very famous Sylvester Stallone thing out there where, like, it's a contract where it's like a contract you had to sign when you were on a movie set with Sylvester Stallone. Anyone had to sign it. It was pretty much like, you won't look Sylvester Stallone in the eye, you won't, like, start a conversation with Sylvester Stallone, and blah, 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 blah. I've never seen any. I've signed some crazy shit, though, for, like, I've auditioned for, like, movies that are, like, secret movies, like when Ghostbusters was, like, being filmed. Obviously, they didn't want the script getting out and stuff like that, and I had to sign, like, a lot of paperwork to get not even full copies of the script, just like copies for myself, just my scenes or whatever, and that was just for the fucking audition. And I had to sign a lot of legal shit. And sometimes when you, like, actually read that stuff, you're like, wow, there's some fucking stuff in here about not bothering movie stars. But anyway, here is what Steve Harvey sent to his staff. I wish I could do. Good morning. I can't really do Steve Harvey's voice. I could do Lil Wayne. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'd like y'all to review and adhere to the following notes and rules for Season 5 of my talk show. There will be no meetings in my dressing room. Damn it. Got a phone call. Hold on a sec. I don't know why I lied to you guys. I know why I lied, because I thought I was getting a phone call, but I wasn't. That was my alarm to take my Zoloft, and I just took it, and I'll be happy for the rest of the day. No. Zoloft doesn't really make you happy. It just makes you, it just gives you the inability to get too sad. That's what Zoloft does. But no shame in my Zoloft game, guys. Been on the shit for 8 years. Don't know if it's good, don't know if it's bad, but I keep taking it every day, so if you're out there and you take something like that, don't feel bad about it. Sometimes I get pissed at, like, I love Joe Rogan, I love him more than anything. No, that's not true. I love a lot of things more than Joe Rogan, but a whole lot of things. But I love Joe Rogan, and but sometimes he's like, yeah, man, people need to get off those antidepressants, man. And I'm like, Joe, you're kind of like, you've been, you have a good, solid brain. Be happy with it, but that does not mean everyone should not take them, because a lot of people need to take that shit, Joe. And I don't like that he's making probably young kids feel bad about the fact that they have to take something. So don't feel bad if you take something. Everyone needs a little something sometimes. And also, if you had diabetes, you'd take insulin, right? Right? So anyway, sorry. My pill taking, though, it did interrupt Lil Wayne's rendition of this letter. But I'm just going to keep doing it. It's a longish letter, so I'm going to read it as normal now. So this is Steve Harvey's letter to his staff of his talk show. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'd like you all to review and adhere to the following notes and rules for Season 5 of my talk show. There will be no meetings in my dressing room, no stopping by or popping in, no one. Do not come to my dressing room unless invited. Do not open my dressing room door. If you open my door, expect to be removed. My security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who have the intent to see or speak to me. I want all the ambushing to stop now. That includes TV staff. You must schedule an appointment. I have been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now. No more, capital letters. Do not approach me while I'm in the makeup chair unless I ask to speak with you directly. Either knock or use the doorbell. I am seeking more free time for me throughout the day. Do not wait in any hallway to speak to me. I hate being ambushed. Please make an appointment. I promise you, I will not entertain you in the hallway. Do not attempt to walk with me. If you're reading this, yes, I mean you. I guess that means me. Everyone, do not take offense to the new way of doing business. It is for the good of my personal life and enjoyment. Thank you all, Steve Harvey. Okay, now, upon rereading it, I feel like it's a little bit too much, but as someone who is far from Steve Harvey, I'm very, very fucking far from Steve Harvey in comedy, in show business, in skin tone, and in mustache. But I know what it's like to be trying. You know, here's the thing about being like a funny, entertaining person. Here's the thing about being a comedian or an actor or any sort of thing where, you know, your job, your skill, your talent is basically your personality and you. That's the currency we have to give. It's the only power we have is control over ourselves, right? So I understand how sometimes when you're trying to get some shit done, or just trying to even stay in the moment of that you need to be in, the mood that you need to be in to do a good job, and when someone's sort of bugging you with shit, it can fuck you up to the detriment of the big picture, which is the show itself. On a much, 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 much smaller level than Steve Harvey. You know, sometimes when I'm headlining a show, this is something I found out about headlining I never really thought about before. Sometimes when I'm headlining a show, I'm sitting in the green room, and all of a sudden it's like you're the captain of the whole comedy club. Someone's got to come in and run every single thing by you that they're thinking about. If they see, you know, one time, you know, sometimes it's like, hey, do you think the volume's loud enough? Do you want to come out here and listen and see if you think the volume's loud enough? Hey, there's a guy at the door who says he's your friend, but I'm pretty sure he's not. But do you want to just check anyway? Hey, there's a kid here. He says he's your biggest fan. He wants to take a photo. Hey, there's just so you know, there's a drunk guy in the third row. We're gonna let him sit there for a while. Hey, just so, and you know, one or two of the, I really don't give a fuck about that stuff too much, but every now and then, you're like, man, I don't know, and I don't care. I just need to focus on what I'm about to do, which is this show. And if I'm thinking about volume and, you know, how many comps and all this type of shit, you know, it's not going to be as good. And that's really like what we're crazy about, what performers and those type of people are crazy about, is like, we want the show to be good because that's what we like live for, and that's what we like put our whole emphasis on, is the show. I actually have a feeling that Steve Harvey is a dickhead, but I don't think people should see a letter like this and automatically assume he's a huge asshole, because think about it this way. This letter leaked, which means he's got at least one enemy on his staff. And I imagine, just my personal opinion reading this letter, I'm like, this sounds like one of those letters that's meant for like one specific person, but it was sent to everyone on his staff because that's just how he is. But it's really directed at like one guy. And reading between the lines myself, I think it's probably a lot of nonsense. Someone who's worked in television, film, and the commercial biz. Anything you do when you're filming sometimes someone just has to they just have to really show everyone that they're earning their money, you know? Look how much I'm working. Look how much I'm working. Look how much I'm working. And it really, in the end, slows things down because these people are like chickens with their heads cut off running all over the place. And they think looking busy is being a good worker. And I could totally see that if someone's coming by needing to be reassured all the time or double, triple checked, or someone's trying to fucking change things at the last minute all the time, that would totally bother me too. So when I read this, I think, oh, he probably has one producer he fucking hates, but he can't get the guy fired. So this is his, this is his recourse. This is his due action to take care of it. But I don't know. It's not the coolest look. I'll tell you that. But if I could have had a thing like that on a few of the commercials, like here's Will Noonan's commercial letter, like Steve Harvey's, for working on TV commercials. I'm going to look at Steve Harvey's while I do it and see if I can, like, find a quick... All right, like, there... All right, so his is, like, I'd like you all... there will be no meetings in my dressing room. Mine would be, there will be no telling Will he needs to be on the set until he really needs to be on the set. There is no telling Will to be on set 2 hours before we need him just because we want him there. I don't know why. Because they're afraid. They're always so afraid. If the weather's good, Another one would be no one but director is allowed to come up with idea while we're shooting. No one but director or actor or writer, if they happen to be on the set, which they never are, director or actor can come up with idea. There's nothing worse than when you're close to being done with something and then some fucking crew guy is like, I just had this kind of crazy idea. What if he like came in backwards and like did a funny face, and then you're like, huh? And then you see the director go like, you know what? We probably won't use it, but let's try it. Let's try it. And then you're there for another 2 hours. So that would be another thing that would be in mine. Jeez, that's probably it. Those are the two things that really bother me. But there's so much like panic and like unneeded anxiety in film shoots. And I know why. It's a lot of moving parts and stuff like that. And it's kind of like a real job. Like, that's why crews should be like a good mix of like fucking construction work type guys who like really know how to work and creative people. Because when you give like creative people, like a lot of these producers are like creative types and like, they wanted to be actors or writers, but they didn't really want to be poor, so they became producers. And they kind of can't handle like any sort of stress at all. You see it all the time, like on every set. And you're like, okay, all right. Whereas, people who work harder and like work all the time, they're kind of more like, it is what it is. We'll get through it, I just see it a lot. So I guess I'll give Steve Harvey a 6.5 on the monster scale on this one. I don't think he's too fucking bad. But speaking of people who are fucking up pretty hard and being pretty bad, let's talk about it. The President of the United States is really fucking up, guys. I've kind of, I tried to give this dude a chance. Didn't last too fucking long. But I can't sit here and be like, this isn't fucking crazy. I just can't sit here and be like, this isn't one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. And I saw 9/11. This is one of the weirdest, most bizarre times in my life. I think in the history of American government, for sure, one of the weirdest times. So we elected a celebrity president. And not even a very big celebrity. Donald Trump, kind of a B-lister. Fucking reality TV star. We elect this guy president. And somehow we think it's not going to go down in flames. And I think we're in the first 150 days of this dude's presidency. And today is May 16th. And it is going down in flames. Let's talk about possible. There's talk. At first, it was like, are people going to impeach this guy? Is this guy going to resign? And now people are talking about him being arrested. I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't think he's going to make it through the whole 4 years either. But that's not what I'm here to really talk about. What I'm here to talk about is, like, the little things, guys. The little things about the little things about, what do you call it? Just like, for example, like, do you know how, like, many retweets and shit you can get for, like, just replying to something Trump says? All you need to do is, like, something a little snarky. That's been my new thing the past, like, few days is, like, just, like, since Trump went full batshit crazy, now when he tweets something, I just write a reply, and I get, like, hundreds of fucking retweets and likes. Yeah. So that's one thing. Did you know that? I mean, you can do that. And that kind of lets me know. I'm sure I'm losing some of my people because I know a lot of my followers really love Donald Trump. And that's everyone's right. You know what I mean? I'm never going to judge someone too harshly for having a political belief. But I do think it's getting harder for me to kind of say that with each passing day. I mean, showing the Russian government our fucking secrets when everyone in the country is pretty sure you're colluding with Russians and the Russians have helped you get elected. It's not a good look. You shouldn't even be having Russian people in the fucking White House, and also didn't allow the American press into the fucking meeting and only allowed the Russian press in. It's like, guys, the Trump people are supposed to love America. They're supposed to be the most patriotic. They're supposed to be the most, like, America of anyone. This doesn't look fucking weird to you? It's indefensible. It's indefensible, man. Russia is not an ally of ours, and even if they are, we shouldn't be sharing shit with them. Any other big country, we gotta keep our shit in. But that's out of my weight class, really, telling the president what to do. But I can tell him what not to do, and I think he looks real fucking bad right now. Just going over the headlines last night on, like, Reddit and the things, Twitter and the things people were talking about. Like, let me pull up Reddit all right now. First, 38,000 upvotes. More Americans support Trump's impeachment than oppose it for the first time. Next one down. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. Oh, Dave Chappelle apologizes for telling viewers to give Donald Trump a chance. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when are people going to start... When are the, like, diehard Trump supporters gonna start going like, man, maybe I picked the wrong horse in this race? And a lot of them, like, right now are saying, like, well, at least it's not Hillary Clinton, and at least it's not Barack Obama. It's like, well, we can't really know what would have happened, but that argument's way over. The guy's elected. So, like, stop talking about months ago, stop talking about the election. Let's talk about what is fucking happening right now, which is, quite frankly, pretty scary because nothing else is going on. While this kind of shit happens, nothing else happens. That's what I'm fucking worried about, No progress gets made when everyone's just fucking in a dick measuring contest over whether or not the president is a guilty bastard or not. So here are the top stories from the week in relation to Donald Trump. Number 1, Trump revealed highly classified information to Russian foreign minister and ambassador. Number 2, FBI Director Comey fired by Trump. Comey willing to testify, but only in public, says report. FBI to continue Trump-Russia probe, but will not update White House acting FBI director. Announces grand jury subpoenas issued in FBI's Russia investigation. In private dinner, Trump demanded loyalty. Comey demurred. Trump warns Comey, better hope there are no tapes of our meeting. Poll, 78% think Russian investigation should be independent. Donald Trump fires James Comey because he refused to end Russian investigations, say multiple FBI insiders. FBI agents changed their Facebook profile pictures to James Comey, a gesture normally reserved for slain colleagues. Trump no longer wants to talk about secret White House recordings. President Trump's tax returns show some income from Russian sources, say his lawyers. Wow. So anyway, that's just a fucking random, like, from the past week. Those are just a bunch of random headlines that are like, I just looked at the top Reddit posts from this past week. 1 week. And if you can't see, here's what I'm saying. Some people like to vote for the person who's going to win. I think a lot, and that's fine. But now it's time to vote for the person who's going. Now it's time to leave that person because you don't want to go down with them. You don't want to end up in jail. And I'm not talking about people who voted for him. I'm talking about the people who work with him and the people who work for him. And just as a guy who's probably a little bit older than some of the people who listen to this podcast and a little bit younger than others, I do think whether or not you like Trump or dislike him, just look at the facts from the outside. This is not good. Whether it's true or not, it's true in the court of public opinion right now, and this is not good for him. And having a president who's on the brink of impeachment is not good for the country. And a lot of people I notice are like, Will, you're getting really excited about this, man. You clearly dislike Trump. Well, truth is, yes, at this point right now, today, I do strongly dislike Trump, and I never really liked him that much, and I didn't vote for him. If you listen to this podcast, you know that, and you know that I didn't really strongly support him. I told everyone to think long and hard before voting for a reality show candidate. That's my opinion, though. That's what this podcast is, just one man's opinion. But I don't judge. I really don't judge anyone. Anthony Cumia voted for Trump and is a huge supporter, and I love Anthony, and I love doing that show. But I've been we haven't been talking that much, me and that show, for the past month or so, and I don't think it's anything bad or heated or anything like that, but I think both of us are kind of waiting to see how this thing turns out, because you got to talk politics right now on his show. Pretty much, it's every day is a new story. You got to talk a lot of politics, but I just don't talk politics on radio, and that's not me and him don't talk about it. We usually just kind of goof around. That's kind of what I'm there for on that show. So people have been asking. Everything's cool though, and I definitely am gonna go back on. I got no fucking, that's what I'm saying. If a lot of my followers support Trump, and that's why I feel kind of bad sometimes. When I shit on him, I'm like, I hope I'm not putting off too many of my followers, but I don't judge them, so they shouldn't judge me either. Some of my favorite followers are Trump supporters, and it is what it is. This is just a time in America. I don't think Trump's going to be around much longer, but even if he is, this is an exciting time. If this were Barack Obama and he was about to get impeached and it were under the exact same circumstances, I would be 100% as interested, and I would be 100% as riveted by what is going on. One of the characters in this whole thing that really rivets me the most and kind of gets me the most interested in this whole fucking thing is Sean Spicer. Man, this guy, you can't look away. Can't look away from this dude. He's so first of all, yesterday I started to actually feel bad for him. He looks sad. And I'm sort of, I actually think I'm sort of like a body language expert. I don't think I've ever said that before on this podcast. I've made a lot of grand declarations about myself, but I don't think I've ever mentioned this one before. But I do. I consider myself pretty good at reading body language from being a stand-up comedian, and just probably the reason why I was good at stand-up was because I had somewhat of a natural empathy for people, and I can see what they're feeling and how they're feeling. I can judge it, and I can adjust, right? But I've been watching these Spicer press conferences for about a week and a half, and they're always entertaining, as everyone knows, because he gets super pissed. But yesterday's was very interesting, I thought, because yesterday he looked sad, and he looked dejected, and he looked beaten down and almost sick. And my opinion on what happened there is that he's probably in possession of some news that the rest of us don't know yet, but it's bad. And whether that news is he's getting fired or Trump is getting indicted or what, I don't know. But that was my opinion as a comedian and actor and not a doctor. But I was like, he looks like he knows something. Between yesterday and today, I mean, obviously, you could say, well, yeah, Will, Trump is fucking being accused of a lot of shit. But yeah, that's true. But what I mean is, I don't know how to explain it. It was like a look in his eye, and I remember thinking, wow, they're gonna show this on the new. I'm gonna be rewatching this clip in a documentary like 2 years from now, where they're like, and then moments after Comey found out that he would be fired and dragged to Florida golf courses, shot in the head twice, and buried on the 19th hole, which is the bar, his favorite spot. It's like, you could just see it in his eyes. Something drastic had happened between May 14th and May 15th to Sean Spicer. And that's pretty much what I'm tuning in for now every day, is like the Sean Spicer mental health check. Even though the newest fucking news coming out of this whole Spicer camp thing is like he's going to be gone any day now, and Trump's going to replace him. I just don't know. And it's not really fun for me to be this interested in politics, I'll tell you that. I don't like watching CNN. I don't like reading the motherfucking newspapers and stuff like that, but you know, you got to know what's going on. You got to keep abreast of the news and all that stuff. But I don't know. I got to say, it's kind of nice. As happy as the Trump fans were when he was getting elected, everyone else who didn't vote for him was as happy as they were relatively sad, and I think that's happening right now in the reverse. As sad as a Trump person might feel right now that this is all coming apart, it makes the people who are afraid of this guy and not a big fan of he's just generally kind of a dickhead. Can we say that? I mean, I don't give a fuck about the whole pussy grabbing nonsense. Whether if he really does it, I do, but I don't think he does. I think he was just he basically sounded, I heard someone else say it. He sounded like a gay guy trying to act straight. Which I think it was Owen Benjamin who said that. It's so funny. He's like, I love women. I'm just gonna grab them by the pussy. That's like, when I see him, I just want to kiss him and grab him by the pussy. Right? I just haven't met the right lady yet, that's all. Leave me alone, Dad. I'll find someone. But I'll let that shit go. It's like, hey man, you want to look cool in front of Billy Bush? That's your fucking, that's your prerogative. But I just don't like how he's, even today I was watching him. He gave a press conference and he had some like president of Turkey or Turkish prime minister. I don't know what it's called over there, but he was with him. And they walk out and he's like, "There's a lot of press." See it? A lot of press. I'm surprised. There's a lot of press here. I'm like, you're a fucking cocksucker, man. But let's see what my tweet in reply to old Donald Trump is doing right now. This is something I only discovered like day before yesterday, and I'm sure I'm putting off a couple of my real big Trump fan followers, but I mean, in 2 hours, this thing's got 186 likes, 7 retweets, 25 replies. The replies I'm getting from like the staunch Trump people are pretty rough. Not all of them, but some of them. One of the ones was like so funny. She was like, I think she deleted him. She deleted it, but she was like, this isn't her exact Twitter handle, so don't try and look her up, but it was something about like Trump and God, or Trump and Jesus. And she was like, Will, you need to stop doing comedy because you are not funny. And then my followers were like, yeah, he's not funny, he's hilarious. And then she said to one of my followers, like, you need a call from Jesus. And the guy was like, Jesus calls me all the time. We just talked. We're going to play mini golf later. And I was like, thank you, my followers, for being funny. I love that. But yeah, that's my new thing. Replying to Trump. All right, I got like 5-6 minutes left in this bitch. Let's talk about shit no one cares about. Twitch. Soda poppin'. I don't even think my young fans and listeners know about this, but Soda Poppin's pretty much the only Twitch streamer that I'm a fan of. And he had a bad, no one knows what's going on, but he mysteriously left Twitch, and he just kind of disappeared, and sort of in an ominous tweet was like, something really bad happened, I can't talk about it, but I won't be streaming for a while. And cause a tizzy in the community. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this about? What's going on with him? Oh my god. And I care. I really do. I like this guy. Watch him play video games. I think he's funny. He reminds me of kind of a younger version of myself. And I'm also interested in Twitch as a platform, and I just think it's kind of cool, and I'm probably going to get into it myself soon. So I'm like, I've just been watching this dude, see what it's all about. But, the reason I thought about this is because him and Trump are the only two guys that I have Twitch notifications on for right now. So I'm always one of the earliest replies to their tweets. And, which is kind of funny. Trump because I want to reply. Soda poppin' because I want to know what's going on with his life. Which is so funny that my life's probably a little less interesting than his. I don't know. I do real live comedy shows and he plays online. But he's definitely more famous than I am by a long shot. But just a funny guy, interesting guy, and I'm interested in that whole world. So I sort of want to know what's going on. But the longer it goes on, the more I'm starting to feel like I'm getting played a little bit. I feel like I'm getting played. And maybe these Twitch streamers manufacture a little bit of drama to keep their channels interesting. I don't know. I wonder. I'm putting this out there as a feeler to my listeners. If any of you guys are fans of Soda Poppin' and you want to talk about them, hit me up. I'll talk about soda with you. A lot of people listening are like, what? The other thing, I'll talk about it real quick, and we'll wrap the podcast up on this, is fidget spinners. Fidget spinners! What the fuck is up with these fidget spinners? I don't have one yet, but my buddy Pat has one, which is like having one myself. But they're all over the place now. I'm seeing them at comedy clubs. I'm seeing them out on the streets. I'm seeing grown men. Fucking shout out to Dylan Krasinski. Dude shows up to this fucking Boston comedian Dylan Krasinski shows up to this motherfucking outdoor porch top daytime comedy show and a fresh new pair of Jordan 1s and a motherfucking leopard print fidget spinner in his hand and a brand new baseball jacket. And I'm like, what up, Dill? What are you fucking doing right now? Why are you making us all look bad on this daytime comedy show? I got a fucking old pair of dirty Nikes on right now. I actually really like Dylan a lot. Dylan, Krasinski, Luke Tuma, Brian Higginbottom, they're the crew right now. They're the young guy crew. I'm forgetting 10 dudes. RDP, Ian Barton. There's a lot of good dudes running a lot of good shows here in Boston. Man, Boston comedy is fucking awesome right now, by the way, man. Fuck fidget spinners. Boston comedy is fucking awesome right now. People keep telling me to move to New York or LA, and I just keep wanting to say, fuck that shit. I'm having the time of my life. I'm headlining. There's more rooms every fucking day. Finally making some good money. I'm watching beautiful girls run by me right now on the beach. And I'm making good scratch, man. I don't fucking know anymore. Fuck New York and LA, right? Am I right? Soda Poppins in Austin, Texas makes $1 million a year. Steve Harvey's in New York. I don't want to be around that guy. I don't know about all that, but I don't know. maybe I'll think about it a little bit more this summer. But Boston's comedy scene is on and popping right now. So Monday nights, Capos and Southie. Tuesday nights, McGreevy's. Fucking, I mean, there's a good show on weeknights now. And then not to mention the weekends, you get your choice of the fucking big shots at the Wilbur, the big shots at Laugh Boston. You get the middle shots at fucking the local headliners and slightly smaller time headliners at Nick's Comedy Stop, whereas my home base, you know, you can see the indie sort of like fucking art show. Like, there's some hip ass shows. That's what I'm trying to say. Hip motherfucking comedy shows. The Mendoza Line, the Comedy Studio, Improv Asylum, Improv Boston. They're all putting on stand-up shows that are cool as fuck. And now you got all these pop-up shows happening all the time, which is just one-nighters in random places. In Southie, there's like 5 comedy shows a week. In Cambridge and fucking Somerville during the daytime, they're getting crowds. I mean, comedy is hot right now, and Boston comedy is really good again. And I feel like every good comedian splits the second they can in Boston, and it doesn't serve the city that well, man. This town was like ground zero of the fucking first comedy boom. And since most of the people are getting their shit off the internet and stuff like that, I just don't know anymore. But I'm not as worried about it right now as I used to be, because I'm just having a good time doing what I'm doing. And I might be getting on Netflix anyway without moving to New York or LA, but we'll talk about that another fucking time. All right, guys, that's it for the podcast this week. Thank you all for listening. Please donate at willnoonan.com. If you don't want to donate, buy a CD, buy an album, buy a t-shirt. And if you don't have any money and you can't buy or donate, please just review this podcast on iTunes or give it some stars or tell a friend. All those things help so much. The podcast grows every single week, and that's all thanks to you. So thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, if no one told you they love you today, I do. Peace out. Test. I don't have my fucking headphones on, so I don't know how this sounds. And I don't have my headphones with me, so there's no fucking way to find out. Hello. Good morning. Three, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.